Ladies and gents, some more Vuvzela Victory Challenge football is underway. We've got 3 games for you as we head towards the end of the season. Make sure you hit subscribe, get notified. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's jump in to the game. We're back for the Vuvzela Victory Challenge. Arcadia Shepherds. Yeah, guys, it's been quite an eventful couple of 2 months. And I wanted to show you before I get into how we did, just the financing, just to give you guys an idea of how bad our finances are looking at the moment. We're 6.6 million rand in debt. Our wage budget is really, really good, which is great, but it does mean we're not going to get a transfer budget for next season. We're losing about 200,000 rand a month in terms of expenses, and that's mainly because when we look at the income, we're not getting in that much money from our match days and gate receipts and grants and all that stuff. We're not getting in a lot of money because, of course, we're not a big club, but expenditure, we're spending a lot of money on loan repayments and interests for the guys that we have loaned in over the course of the season, as well as our staff wages. So that is something just to consider next season. Maybe let's not bring in some loanees, because of course we are paying quite a bit for Sibete. You can see his contract details. We're paying him 1,100. Well, no, there we go. We're paying him nothing though, but we are still paying a playing fee on him, which isn't great. And then in terms of Mduduzi, we're not paying anything on him. So ideally, I don't really know where the contract and repayments are coming from. We haven't really made any payments. I'm not sure why we are paying those amounts. But anyway, that is something just to consider when it comes to finances, at least. In terms of the season where you can look through here, of course, we played those 3 games. We did land up then drawing to Jomo Cosmos, who we're playing today's video, as well as Galankur. We drew with them, also playing them in today's video. And then we did beat Yebo Yes 4-1 in the earlier part of the season. We're playing them as well today. So 3 games all coming up, those 3. We then beat Alexander Aces 2-0. Our keeper got injured in this game. So you can see Powell was playing for that game. And then we have Highlands Park. We lost to them 1-0, as well as losing to Black Poison 3-2. This, I was a bit upset because we were leading 2-0 and we squandered a 2-0 lead in the second half. We did then bounce back with a win over School of Excellence. Our keeper was back in the sticks. Didn't do well though. Conceded 3 goals. All 3 coming in the second half. So he got a bit tired, I think, towards the end. But it was at one stage 3-3, and then Sibete, who did score all 4 goals for that game, scored in the 83rd minute, just 3 minutes after they scored. We'll get to who he is in a moment. I don't think he was around for the first 3 games, but we'll get to him. We then also beat Aldo, sporting a bit of revenge from that episode where we lost to them 5-1. Sibete, Mabaso, and Malloy all getting some goals as well. I'm not sure if you guys know Malloy either, but we'll get to that as well. And the more recent game, we drew with Alex United 2-2, sort of avenging that 3-0 loss. With this one, it was a close game. It was 1-1 at halftime. They scored in the 50th minute. I panicked a little bit. I won't lie. I did panic when they scored in the 50th minute. I didn't make any subs for that game. And the reason behind that is I just felt like our subs just don't have the impact that I need them to have on the field. And most of the guys were playing well. They were in the 6.9s. And then I was going to make some swaps in the 69th minute. We got the penalty, 2-2. And then I kind of just forgot to bring on some subs for that game. I was just so into it. I just forgot to make any substitutes for that game. Maybe if I made it a sub or 2, we would pick up victory. But of course, today we're taking on Jomo Cosmos. Garankuwa and Yebo. Yes, ignore that friendly game in between. It's just that there's 2 weeks break between those games. So I just wanted to add a friendly. I'll probably do the same in March because there's another 2-week break between Alexander and Park, as well as Garankuwa and Yebo. Yes, I might throw in a friendly in between those games just to keep the guys match fit, really. But we'll see. In fact, I think I tried to make one for Garankuwa and the team that I chose rejected the friendly. So there's that. In other news, in the log, we're not at the bottom, which is great. In fact, we are still in contention for a first place. We're only 5 points behind Garankuwa, who we take on today. So victory could put us within 2 points of the top spot, potentially, depending on other results. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think we are going to be in and around the top flight of the last 3 games. I think everybody has just been it's been such a good team. Between first and seventh, it's been so evenly matched in terms of just the teams that are around. You can see most of 3-4 losses, most of them 7 or 6-5 wins. It's really been very, very competitive, this league. With the likes of Yebo, yes, School of Vixen and Alexander Aces not really coming to the party. I know it seems bleak at the moment that we're sitting in 7th, but again, we're 5 points off the leaders who we take on right now in our second game. We take on Jomo Cosmos, who are a little bit above us, 1 point above us. We did draw with them last time. A big thing will be our goal difference going into this game. And then lastly, before we jump into the game, let's talk about some transfers. That's right. We do have some transfer history. Just to quickly mention, I don't think you guys saw it, but we did sell a few of our younger guys going to Mzimbuko and Gobo. Another big signing that we lost, unfortunately, was Tato Komitis. You know what? He just hadn't really gotten into the game, into the season, into this league, really. You can see played 8 games for Florida Alban in the same sort of league as us and only scored 1 goal. Scored 3 for us in the season. Last season in the regional leagues, he was absolutely fantastic. Last season for us, he just didn't really perform, so he did have to go. And then one that really grates me a little bit is Monama. I mentioned the finances in the beginning, and the reason is because of this guy. He was super for us. 10 played, 2 goals, 3 assists, 1 man of the match. Absolutely fantastic. However, he was a contracted player. I tried to sign him permanently, and he wanted way too much money. He was looking at around the 5,500 rand mark, which we just couldn't afford. He then decided to go to Mokopane, Ratanang, playing in the regional leagues, a league lower than us, on a contract. So, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. But we have bought in replacements for those guys. First off, Sitebe, our loanee. This is the striker that I spoke about that scored 4 goals in 1 game. He's been absolutely fantastic for us. 7 goals, 1 assist, 1 man of the match. He is on loan. It says Mombela City Lads, but I don't think he was at Mombela City Lads when I signed him. He was playing for Galaxy TS, but it says he was from here, but I don't know. Anyway, but it was Galaxy TS where we got him from. I think he was on loan there and then moved to us. I'm not sure. Maybe just a little glitch in the game. I don't know, but he was definitely with Galaxy. We also then brought in just extra bit on the right-hand side. Katlego Molloy coming in on the right-hand side just to add a little bit of extra depth. Has played a couple of games for us, scored a goal. Ladla, on paper, isn't as good as him, but Ladla is our captain, and he's leading the squad quite nicely, so that's why he starts ahead of Molloy. And then our later signing to replace Monama is Tejo Matebe. This man has been okay for us. He had his debut last game, got an assist in that game, so hopefully some good things to come from Matebe going into this game against Jomo Cosmos. This is how we are going to line up, with the exception of Beloy coming in for Zwane, because Beloy was suspended. And then Zungu can just drop off the bench as well. So we're going Ngobesi in goals. We're going to go with Leshabane on the right-hand side. Hasn't really reached the heights of the wing-back that I kind of want him to reach. Whereas the point I am maybe considering switching them maybe to fullbacks on attack. In fact, I'm going to try it for this game. It is something that I've been umming and ahhing a little bit. So we're going to try them both on fullbacks. Both are better suited for fullbacks, Ayanda and Ayanda. In the defense, we're going Msibi and Beloy. Beloy, he's not improving as much as I'd hoped he'd improve. So maybe that is something of a concern for next season, to find a good centre-back that's playing at a good level. He is still 19 years old. The problem with development is because we're still a semi-pro team, so we're only training like 3 days of the week. Which does hamper the development a little bit. And we don't have the best of facilities, so there's that. Midfield, Nkosi and Sibaya have been absolutely fantastic as the ball-winning midfield and deep playmaker, respectively. They've been superb. I'm loving their little combination. Like I mentioned earlier, Gladla on the right-hand side. He's our captain. He's our leader. He's pitched in with a goal and 3 assists as well. Rating of 7.10. Our second best rated player at the moment. Then on the left-hand side, we're going to go Matebe. Second game for him. We'll see how he gets on. I do have the likes of Sulamamba, but I just don't like the way he plays. He's not really suited for that position. He's more on the right-hand side. But yeah, he's there. And then up front, Mabaso, 7 goals, 2 assists. And Sitebe, 7 goals, 1 assist. The two of them have been absolutely perfect. And I've changed Sibebe from attacking midfield to a poacher. That's sort of the role he prefers. And it also helps Konyane. He's also a good poacher in terms of his attributes. So if he does come on as a sub, he has appeared, I think, 5 sub times and has managed to pop in a goal as well. So like I was mentioned in the build-up, you can see our bench isn't really providing much in terms of game changes. I suppose Spoo and Manyundu have probably been the pick of the bunch when it comes to it. Manyundu only played 1 game, so he played in when Sibaya was injured for the 1 game. I think it was just before Alex came in there and had a good performance. He had a very, very good performance, but got to rely on Sibaya. He's been absolutely great in that position. Let's get to the game. Let's take on Jomo Cosmos. We're going to the Vuvzela Stadium. Let's take him on. Right, we're at the Vuvzela Stadium. Of course, the return fixture at Caledonian was a 2-2 draw, if I remember correctly, or 1-1 draw. It was a draw, though. And we got the first highlight coming into the 8th minute. They've got the goal kick, almost gave it away, but Zuma intercepted that header that was going through to Sitebe rather. Zuma, Miante, they're playing a little bit nice possessive football here at the back. Molele coming through. Zwane's got a good run down the wing. The fullback out of position a little bit there. The cross, not great. The clearance from, who was that? That was Leshpane, wasn't great. And then, that was just given away. It was given away silly there. They've got possession again, coming back in. This highlight is a very long one. Kilepu almost gets dispossessed there. Molele looking for Zwane on the wing. That's a header. That might be offside, I think. Referee's keeping his flag down. Oh, I don't know. If we had VAR there, I think that wouldn't have counted. But it is a goal for Jomo Cosmos. Was he offside, though? Are we going to get a tight call? I think he was just in front of Msibi. Beloy, sorry, in front of Beloy. That's Beloy, right? Yeah, that's Beloy. Just behind Beloy. That was a good goal, actually. It wasn't offside. But that's not great. That's not great. We kind of need a victory here just to keep the pressure up at the top. I think a draw or a loss will kind of put us out of title contention. We are 5 points at the moment behind league leaders. So a victory here would definitely help us put us back in and around the top. Sibaya gives the ball away to Molele. Buddha coming round, takes a shot from range. We have conceded a few shots from range over the season. It is something that I'm working on with Ngobesi to do some shot stopping and goalkeeping techniques. He just apparently can't save long shots. That's just something he's got to live with, I guess, to be completely honest. But we do desperately need a goal. We need to get a bit more active. We can see we haven't taken 3 shots in this. Possession-wise, we'd have most of the possession. It's kind of been our thing, though. We do tend to keep possession football a lot, but we don't convert them into goals. And that header was just over the top. At halftime, it is 1-0 Jomo Cosmos. 9th minute goal. We've been absolutely terrible. You've got to sort yourselves out, guys. You've got to sort yourselves out. Kickoff highlights. Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? We'll find out in a second or two. Sibaya looking for options. Picks up Mabaso. A good run from Matebe. Looking for Ayanda. Launches to the back post. And it was Ladla was lurking there, but they've got possession now on the counter attack. We do have men back. There is a man running open in the box below. Keep an eye on him. They've pulled it back. We can regain our shape a little bit. And Lova looking for the breakthrough. He's got the through with Zwane. And a great save from Ngobesi. One-on-one. Fantastic saves. Concedes the corner. I'll take that. That was a fantastic save. It really was. Kilepu. Going to take a second chance at this one. It's coming to the box somehow. Ayanda does the clearance. I thought there might have been a penalty in there. And if I'm most mistaken, it was Matebe who got the tackle, and he's on a yellow. It needs to watch out a little bit there. Ngomeni. We haven't had any highlights, have we? We've had one. The kickoff highlight, which wasn't a great one for us, to be honest. That's a foul. That's a good professional foul there. Is this going to be a red? It is a straight red. Oh. That turns the game a little bit. That turns the game a little bit. We're going to bring on some subs. Again, I've mentioned that we don't have the best impacting subs. But I'm going to take off Matebe. I'm going to try Beloy on the left-hand side. He can sort of play on the left. So we're going to give him a run on that left-hand side. Elsewhere, Sibaya not having the great game. He's going to bring on Mayendu to prove that he can help out. And then we're going to keep an eye on Sitebe. Hyped him up after his 4 goals. He's playing a 6.3. Not great. I didn't see Ayanda on a yellow as well. I don't really have a left back on the bench at the moment to bring on. I've got Williams who can play there, I guess, but I don't really want to bring Williams on. I'm going to risk it. You know what, guys? We've got to go for it. I'm going to go a bit more attacking mentality. I'm going to bring on Nyokanye. Can come on as well. Ladla not having the best of games either. Just hoping for some sort of impact from the subs, to be honest. Msibi picks up Lishbane. Ladla has some space on that wing. Terrible pass there. Absolutely terrible from Ladla. He's given it away, and if they got a breakthrough here with Zwane, cuts inside. A good defense from Beloy. Don't know if he had to kick it out there, but he decided to kick it out. The swaps of... I don't want to do the swaps at the corner. Yeah. Ngomeni just scored a goal. We're 2-0 down to 10 men. This is poor. Absolutely poor. One of the worst performances we've had in a long time, actually. It's just not... We're not doing anything with the ball. We're not doing anything. We've got the possession, but we're not getting anywhere in the game. Maybe the fullback option isn't great. Now, while they're playing quickly, let's switch to wingbacks on attack. Maybe I should have stuck to wingbacks on attack. Was that not a great... Oh, come on. That was a great pass and a great finish. That was... I can't even fault that. That was just absolutely... If I can fault anybody, it would be Ayanda. Maybe that on the yellow, he didn't want to overcommit there, but that was a beautiful pass into the box, into the space. And an easy finish from Miyana. We're losing 3-0 to 10 men. We're losing 3-0 to 10 men. That is not good. With 4 minutes left to play of normal time. Ayanda's picked up the ball. Malloy looking for Ayanda now. No, he's going to go out in alone. Crosses in low. Easy save from the keeper. Makba saves that quite easily, actually. Nkaba goes long. Gladla picks up Nkosi. Picks up Nkonyane. Leshbane running down that wing. Late cross into the box. Can't find anyone. Baso picks up the ball. He's got Malloy with him. Oof. Manyadu hits the bar. And that is the best sort of attack that we've had in the last few moments. Ayanda trying to just salvage something here, but Nkaba picks that up easily in the end. So we've learned something, though. Not fullbacks. That's definitely... We need the guys going forward. We need the wingbacks to go forward. It is quite an intricate part of the system, I guess. Leshbana, Dladla goes for the low cross. Leshbaba picks it up again. Goes back into the box. Mbaso balloons that to the left. Not a great strike from Basso. Kind of need him to get back on goal-scoring form. He's been having a little bit of a goal drought. They've beaten us with 10 men. Well done to them. I can't fault that. That is absolutely brilliant from Jomo Cosmos. It does mean, though, that I feel like we are now sort of out of that title contention. You can have a look here. Yeah, we are 8 points behind Garankuwa in leading. We take them on next. Yeah, guys, I think that's the end of us. I don't think we're going to be in that contention at the end, unfortunately. We're coming back for that Garankuwa game, though. Let's have a look. Let's see what happens. Maybe the gods will be smiling on us, and everybody just has bad form afterwards. Guys, we're back for the Garankuwa United game. Of course, like I said, I think this season is not going to be a prosperous one for us towards the end, though things can change. There's still 5 more games left of footy to take in. I was just having a look at the other group as well, the League B side, and that one's a little bit, clear cut that JDR Stars, who did get relegated, are looking like they will be the ones coming back up into the division, or at least going to those little playoffs where they compete and they try and get in. So it's just something to note there that they are doing a lot more open than our league is, to be completely honest. In the build-up, of course, we did, just to let you know, we beat AC Milan, the South African version, 8-2 in the end. Sitibe and Maboso both picking up some goals. Maboso with 3, Sitibe with 4. And Ayanda also got on the score sheet, which was nice to see him get onto that score sheet. Not Ayanda left back, Ayanda right back. Le Shabane Ayanda. We should really give him a better nickname because Shabane is just too long to say every time. But anyway, with that being said, here's the squad. There was a little bit of a scare with Filiani Ngobese. There was some interest in him. He was on a contract player. I panicked a little bit. I wanted to secure him permanently because I love this goalkeeper. He's probably the best goalkeeper we've had in a long, long time. And I've signed him to a 1,400 Rand contract per week, which does bring the wages. I mean, we have the wage budget to spend it, so I'm going to do it. The thing that I did notice, though, when I did make that signing is next season's wage budget is decreasing to 24,000 Rand. So we're on the cusp of that. So I don't think I can change any more of these contract players into permanent players, the likes of Gerald Nkosi, who is someone I would love to keep as a permanent player. The rest, in terms of contract, maybe Kevin would be an idea to keep him permanently. Yeah, the rest aren't really too much of a worry at the moment. The rest are all on contract, so I'm quite happy about it. I just hope no one comes in for Kevin to take him over. But at the moment, Nkosi will retain his spot in the midfield with Sibaya going into the Garankuwa game. I'm going to play the same team that whipped AC Milan 8-2. No real changes. Powell picked up an injury, so Gordon came in as the substitute goalkeeper. I believe in having a sub goalkeeper. I know a lot of guys don't like having a sub goalkeeper because it gives an extra player on the bench. But I feel like when I don't have a goalkeeper on the bench, my goalkeeper is going to get injured. It's just a thing that happens with me, and that's how I justify having a goalkeeper on the bench. So Gordon, 17-year-old Simpiwe Gordon, who actually, if you compare him to Powell, our other backup goalkeeper, is not miles away in terms of just, the polygon, just maybe the shot-stopping distribution needs a bit of work. But if you look at the bar graphs, he's a much better commanding of the area, and his first touch and handling is a lot better than Powell's. And the nice thing about it, he's got a better teamwork and leadership qualities, and his physicals are slightly better in the areas where it doesn't really matter, but it matters a little bit, is the balance and the natural fitness. So yeah, at 17, not that far off Powell, so maybe a future backup goalkeeper. Of course, if we move up in the leagues, then we will have to reevaluate that. But this is the team that's starting, same team that started the last game as well. Let's get into the game. And then just for interest's sake, while we've kicked off, we have switched back to the wing-back position for our defenders, not the full-back. It didn't work well against Jomo Cosmos, and it looks like it's covering better there. But that does go over the top from them. Their striker just heads it over. I didn't catch his name. Nikitaridis. Tristan Nikitaridis. Must be a Greek South African there. Doesn't only got South African citizenship, but the surname Nikitaridis is very, very much a Greek surname, isn't it? Keep an eye on him, though. He looks like he could be causing us some problems up front, but Gumede now clears it up for them. And they find their man in Michali, looking for options. Ramatsotsi, Selepe, gives it away. But they've won it back after we've given it away. Ntuli, Michali, looking for options. Playing around in the midfield at the moment. Oh, Garankuwa, of course, they are top of the table at the moment. So a win here will take us back within 5 points. Matebe, looking for the low cross. Mabaso couldn't get the shot in. A good block from the centre half. And that would be the end of that highlight. But a good start to us. For us, rather, in this sort of environment. Of course, a win here would... Thing is, I don't want to count us out yet. Because the league is so tight. And if you go within 5 points with 4 games left, it is still achievable to reach the top half of the table. But yeah, I don't think promotion, or at least going into the next phase, is looking ideal. That's the end of the half. Very, very quiet first half, to be honest. Not happy with the team. They need to sort themselves out. We need a much better showing in the second half. At least a highlight or two. So I can commentate for you guys. Otherwise, this will be a very, very boring match. And so far, the second half is starting in similar fashion to the first half. It's already 60 minutes in, and we haven't had a single highlight in this half. We do have a corner here for Garankuwa. I'm going to watch this quickly before I do the swap. Ngobesi comes up and collects it. There's a penalty, though. Leshabane pushed Nikatiris in the back there, apparently, and they get the penalty. And Selepe easily slots that home. Simpiwe Selepe scores his first goal of the season. Of course he does. The first highlight we get is a goal. I can't make any stops now with the highlight. Absolutely terrible. I don't feel like that was a penalty. Was there a shove? I don't know. We don't have VAR in here. They can't double check it. But I don't feel like we were wrong. I felt like we were wrong there a little bit, to be honest. In terms of swaps, no one's playing terribly. But I'll say, come off. We'll give him Duduzi a run. He hasn't played in a while. Give him a run. Sibaya not having the best of the game. We'll bring in Kevin Minyandu. I didn't mention earlier that Gerald Nkosi, I called him Kevin. I made a mistake. I switched the two around by accident. Msibi not having the best of the game. I don't want to bring in Zwane. Zwane is not absolutely fantastic, to be honest. Dladla not, and Matebe not having great games either. In fact, no one's really having a great game, are they? I'm going to bring on Williams for Lishbane. He gave away the penalty. Give Williams a bit of a run on that right-hand flank. Just to spice things up again, just to hopefully do something in terms of getting a chance. We have the corner now with Nkosi going to Dladla on the edge of the box. Goes to the back post, and Beloy couldn't get the header in. Saba with the clearance. And Ramotsoy taking it around now to get the counter-attack. They've pulled it back. They're not going to push for it, but they've got space now with Michali running down the wing. He's going to do the low crossing. Nikatiri can't get to it. Beloy with the clearance. Nkobo, though, gets the rebound. They've scored. I took a wicked deflection of Beloy. And that is 2-0 to Garankuwa. And I think that with that goal, it kind of just dashes our hopes and dreams for this season. Nkobo, did it? I mean, I can't blame Beloy for that one. That was a deflection. I think it was going on target. I don't think they could have made it an own goal. I think that's a bit unfair for Beloy to give him the own goal there. It just brings the ratings down and just demoralizes the players a little bit with an own goal. I feel like this has been pretty much where we are in the season. There's the big games that we needed to win. We didn't win those games, and it's been sort of the story of Arcadia Shepherds the last 2 or 3 seasons. We've been struggling, although there is some positives with the new build, with the new tactic that we have. It is proving to be a little bit more fruitful for us. So I think if we can just get a proper starting 11 and maybe get some good depth in there for next season, we should be on point. With that being said, we still got the Yebo Yes United game. Whether I come back for these last 3 games, I don't know. I don't know if we want to see the season end. Maybe just start the next season get into it. I'll think about that off the season. But let's get to Yebo Yes. Right, guys, we're back for the match against Yebo Yes United. One swap will have to be Ayanda will come off. Zungu will get his debut on the left-hand side. He is our most natural left mid player. Of course, Williams can play in that position, but I want to give Zungu a run. Essentially, Yebo Yes United is Orlando Pirates' under-19s. The rest of the team, though, I'm a little bit annoyed at my two strikers. Sibete and Basso don't seem to be firing. I'm going to try and switch them around and see how Basso does as a poacher. You know what? Actually, keep them those footed. But we'll switch him to a poacher and put him as attacking forward on that side. More naturally left-footed. Let's see if that makes any sort of difference to how they play and maybe notch in a few more goals. The other thing that I was thinking is maybe switching, maybe next season or so, switching these two to a sort of attacking inside forwards and dropping one of the strikers into like a DM position just to give an extra bolster to that midfield and then allow the wingers or inside forwards to cut in rather than go down to the byline. And then the other thing that I have noticed is that I'm doing the hit the early crosses, which I actually want to take out for now. I don't want to do that, but I do want to pass back into space. I think that is quite important for us to do here. I think that might be a little bit better. And then I want to go wider attacking. I want to exploit the wings. I feel like we don't exploit the wings as much as we should. This is a trial and tested thing. We'll try that again. This is a trial, and I'm going to try and test it here today against Yebo Yes. So hopefully it does pan out. Of course, by playing a little bit wider, it hopefully stretches the field out a little bit. And we do have the tall men in Sibete and Mbaso who can header a ball as well. Here comes Mbaso, though. Takes a long-range shot and just whistles past the goalpost. Sarah didn't have to do much there, though. But that's a very positive start to the game, which is ideal in what we want. Of course, we are now 11 points behind Karankua, so there is very little chance that we will catch them in any chance. So this season is pretty much done and dusted for us. It's all about where we're going to finish in the end. At the moment, even if we win this game, we still go a couple of points behind Jomo Cosmos in 6th place. So ideally, if we can win our last 3-4 games, maybe sneak into a 5th position. But yeah, that'll be quite interesting. A little looping header there from Matebe. Sorry, I keep saying his name wrong. Matebe from the header. That's the end of the half. Again, a bit of a quieter half from us. We are dominating a little bit more on the stats side. But I do expect to see a little bit better from the boys in the second half. We're playing in our red kit, of course. Orlando Pirates play in the black and white. Zibaya looking for options. Can't pick up his man. They've got a through ball. Hits the crossbar. What a shot. That is an epic shot, to be honest. That was Mabula with that shot. That was absolutely fantastic, that shot. They do set up a lot more defensively than the teams we take on against. But Nkosi goes for the header. Leshabane heads it well over the top. He is on a yellow card as well. Got to keep that in mind. Zungu with the throw. Back to Zungu. Launches to the back post. Dladla looking for the header. Can't pick it up. Leshabane goes for the shot. Just over the top of Sarah's goal. We are starting to hit some. We're starting to hit some momentum moving into this half. We're getting a little bit more of the ball, which I like, and we're getting the ball forward, which I like. But they've got the ball forward now with Mabula. He takes a shot and he hits the crossbar as well. That's the second time Mabula has done that to us. Something we need to just keep an eye on. We're going to make some swaps here. Again, my bench is just not great to bring on those impact players. I'm going to bring on Malloy on the left-hand side. Not playing well. Corsi not playing well. We're going to bring on Spoo. Ever reliable Spoo. Still there, still playing well. Lashbane on a yellow makes me a bit scared. So I'll bring on Williams as well. Mabaso not playing great. We'll bring in Duduzi on the left. And I'm going to keep him as a poacher. See if that helps a little bit in terms of just making some impact in this game. With the subs, again, we haven't had great impact from the bench this season. But hopefully we can have something here. They've got possession of Mabula, who we know can strike a ball. Bata goes back to Matao. There's Zungu goes across to Zwane on the wing. He's got an injury, crosses into the box, and a brilliant, I thought it was a save, just shot it wide. I thought it was a brilliant save from our keeper. They've got their throw now, and deep in their own half. And Nkobo to Sibeko goes down. He gets crunched by Dladla, and that's a red card. No doubt about it. Not ideal. Not ideal. Who's a better on the wing? Duduzi or... I'll have to go with Sibete. I don't really have anyone on the bench to bring on. We can bring on Beloy. I think I'm actually going to do that. Beloy can come on to the right. In fact, Beloy and Malloy swap around. And then Duduzi will play just up front on his own. I'm actually going to switch into a deep lying forward on attack. That's the play now. That's the play. Not ideal. Absolutely not ideal. We've got the corner though. Sibaya with the corner. Got some tall figures in there. The likes of Beloy and CB are very tall. Duduzi is not short either. None of them can get their head in. Sidiep does pick up the ball. Duduzi with the shot. Takes a deflection. Back post. Beloy heads it over. That would have been something if Beloy could get that goal in. It was Simpiwe Beloy, by the way. Or Simon Beloy. Because we've got two Beloys on the field now with Edward and Simon. Not related, by the way. In case you forgot all of that. We had a whole episode about the two of them, didn't we? We dove into their history. This is Simon Beloy with the corner. Probably going to go short here. Some issues happening, though. Why is it taking so long? Are we time wasting? It's going to go down short to Spoo. Spoo goes to the back post. Beloy gets it in. Edward Beloy with a 94th minute winner. 10 men, and we somehow sneaked through Yebo Yes United. A good little pass to Spoo. Spoo picks up another assist off the bench. Edward Beloy with the solid header at that back post. Absolutely fantastic. Not the best win, not the most convincing win, but a win is a win. And we can end off the video on a high with that one. Absolutely fantastic scenes at the Orlando Stadium. I don't know if they play at the Orlando Stadium, but at Yebo Yes's facilities. It does mean we're going 1 point within Jomo Cosmos. They lost to Highlands Park, which does effectively mean we are out of that little title race. I think Khananku have kind of run away with it because Aldo Sports have also fallen off a little bit. What that does mean, though, is we a little bit closer to that 5th spot. 4 points behind them, 5 behind 4. So maybe Alex United should be worried a little bit, dropping a bit further down. In terms of when we're coming back, I have decided I'm not going to show the next 2 games. We're going to come back for the Black Poison game and then sort of do like a season review into a transfer season, building up for the new season, see where we are, see how we're building up the squad, etc. Well, that's all the time we have, folks, for the Vuvzela Victory Challenge. Of course, next episode, like I mentioned in the video, we're going to have that last game of the season and then just do a season wrap-up with a build-up for new season. Like I said, we're going to probably be in this league again next season. So we're going to build. We're going to build. That is the plan. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you leave a comment or 2. And, of course, subscribe. It's important to subscribe. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace and chicken grease.